I didn't have a key at the time, right? So I didn't have a key, so I had to come in through the garage door. Okay. And it's loud. Their bedroom was like right over the garage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotcha.
And so I'm like, but I'm still trying to be quiet. It's like I put to turn the key quietly.
Okay. Like James Bond music in the background?
Yeah, but
or Indiana Jones,
the door didn't get the
okay.
message.
Yeah.
And so you close it. I go in, you know, and I slept in the basement, but stupid me, because I'm stupid and really high. I go upstairs because I want some milk, man. Just fuck, dude. I just want to get some fucking, oh man, cereal too. I just want some fucking cereal.
Okay.
Fucking licorice, man. We got licorice.
Yeah.
Fucking licorice. And those were those nights. Anyway, my mom's sitting on the couch like this.
Uh-oh.
Arms folded, the head, and that head tilted, and the smarmy twist. She had this, she could twist her face. She was a fucking banshee.
Uh-oh.
No, she could twist her face. She
Exorcist.
just sit there. Then the disappointment was just rancid.
Yeah.
You know, it was like bad milk mixed in with bad fruit. And she's like, "You're fucked up again, aren't you? You're fucked up. You hanging out with the hippies. You fucking partier." She called me a partier.
Okay. Like that's not a negative thing. Yeah.
Mom, really, you got to work on it. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Because it was one thing when she got her fucking ire up. If somebody else in the house got his ire up, then, you know, it's fucking WrestleMania. And so she's like, "You're drunk. Look at you. You're fucking drunk." I'm like, Mom, I've been drinking sparkling fucking water all fucking night. Right?
Yeah.
And she is just going off, man. She is fucking snapping. Look, you're just fucking high. You're just like, look at you. you make me sick. I can't. I'm like, Mom, put your fucking landing gear down. Hit the carrier. Fucking chill. Okay.
Nicely done.
And
nicely done.
she just said, I can't even look at you. I can't even look at you. She fucking just gets up and just, she always has a cigarette too. So
we're going to let you listeners in on a little secret. Before every show, what we do is, I give him 2 words, and he needs to tell a story using these 2 words. And we cut in, and that's just kind of what we do. So get used to it. It seems like we had a person say, God, you're cutting into the middle of a story. It's like you guys aren't starting right. And we're like, yeah, we're cutting in the middle of a story. That's how we start.
We feel guilty for those who are impaired in ways we can't readily see.
So that story, I gave him 2 waters, sparkling water and landing gear.
Landing gear.
Well done. Put down your landing gear. It's almost like it really happened.
Yeah, I know, almost, right?
Yeah.
Who knew? How are we?
We're good.
Good.
We look good. We've got a visitor over here today. We'd like to show you the horrors that is the animatronic
Disney.
Donald Trump.
That it almost looks like it got hot. There was by a fire.
It melted a little
Like
bit.
one side of it, like he had a stroke.
Yeah.
They should call those fire strokes. Because if your skin was like plastic and it melted,
Yeah.
because that's, when people have like those strokes where they're, where they lose the.
Oh, like let's say like almost gives them Bell's palsy or something, where they lose half their.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then. Yeah. So that fire.
Yeah. This is just the thing of horror. I saw one of the funnier comments online was, they thought Hillary was going to win, and they started building her animatronic, and then Trump won. They're just like, fuck, throw Trump's hair on it, make it look a little wrinkly and orange, and we're good to go.
Oh, hold on, sag one side of the face. Just put it by the fire.
It's so fucking creepy. It doesn't look anything like him.
Well, no, it looks like his knobby brother, who got kicked around in the womb. None of her organs liked him, so they beat him up all the time.
It's just so these kids are going to go and see this. They're like, is that what he looked like?
And then they're going to see him. It's like, you got better, Mr. Trump.
You got better.
You got better.
Nice. What? I didn't even know that Disneyland had the World of Presidents.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. I saw Abraham Lincoln giving.
Oh, they have like speeches and stuff. So what's Donald Trump's speech? Grab her by the pussy?
Grab her by the
Grab
pussy.
her by the pussy.
Grab her by the pussy.
Okay.
You got to say it with no teeth.
Pussy?
Pussy.
Well, he has teeth. Are they real, by the way? Those have to be his real teeth.
Oh,
or
either that or they're good implants. I don't think he'd have dentures. He'd have implants.
He would pay for the good shit.
And that dentist better do a good job. A good fucking job.
Otherwise, he's taking names.
He's taking names. Yeah. Nikki Haley, how the fuck are you, girl?
Yeah, so we're talking about the quick UN thing. So apparently Trump decides that Jerusalem is where we're going to put our embassy. Embassy? Emb or M?
Embassy.
There's a B in there?
It's kind of a softy.
Embassy. Okay, yeah, embassy. And we're going to put our embassy there because we recognize Jerusalem as the capital, right?
Yes.
Of whatever. So the UN did some voting on it, and they voted 14-1 against the United States that Jerusalem is not the capital.
No, you can't do that.
The United States came back with a bunch of
rhetoric.
It was
and conjecture.
I think it was Donald Trump's own words for the most part. She was reading at this round table,
modeled from.
Yeah,
because that was actually pretty good. Whoever wrote that.
And let's just start with something like in the toy department here. What the fuck? That fucking round table looked like it was straight out of the goddamn 70s. They had those name tags.
Dr. Strangelove, man.
Were like brown with the white. You know what I mean? Like,
and they have the big fucking earpieces that hang on your ear.
Yeah, they're like the old school. And there's a thing that they use to translate so they can all talk to each other.
I mean, this is the new fucking millennium.
Yeah.
There's
no budget there. There's no fucking budget for the
I bet you Dre would fucking give you. Does he even own any of that anymore?
He sold it to Apple for like $1 billion.
So he has no say. He's not even like a spokesman.
No, it's just Dre, or it's just Beats now. It used to be Beats by Dre. Can we get the UN some Beats for fuck's sake?
Yes.
Let's get them some Beats.
Okay, right, 1 UN Avenue, New York, 97015.
That's made up.
That's completely made up. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Send them here.
Brian says hello, and we say hello back, Brian. How are you, sir?
Which Brian do we have?
Is
this our Brian?
Mr. Math.
Hey, yes. How's my favorite nurse?
Ooh, that's a sweet ass.
I got me an owie.
Yeah.
It's not a rash, but I think you should rub on it a little bit.
Wow. That's it's getting really
That's like a
personal.
That's like
He moved.
just a real
He's up there now.
bizarre Clinton, like a really, really bizarre Bill Clinton talking like that. Why do I like channeling Bill Clinton?
He has a great voice.
He's got
Just like a sensual voice.
He's got some charisma.
Like I want him to stick a fucking cigar in me.
I know.
It's one of those
I
voices.
want to be your humidor.
Yeah, just right in my ass.
No, Bill, but he's got charm, charisma, and something that looks like class, even if it isn't.
Some rapey vibes.
Very rapey vibe,
Yeah.
but so good.
Yeah. Yeah, he speaks with a rapey tone on his voice.
You don't want to call the police.
Yeah.
I love you.
That UN room was just
It was
what the fuck?
and the thing is, Nikki Haley delivered that speech with the enthusiasm of some chick who's going for the Guinness Book of World Records for fucking, and it's on her like her third day, and she's like,
Well, I'm going to get petty again here as well. So I
that
noticed
didn't come out as well as I'd hoped it to,
No.
because I kind of worked it out and planned it out a little bit in my head.
Yeah,
Who knew?
there's a song about that. So she's turning the pages way too often. They wrote about 10 words per page.
I know,
And they're monstrous. And you could see she's turning like just, what the fuck?
but even the turning part of it, what every once in a while would be like that part of the United States will not
Well, it's almost like they were
put
given,
up with this.
It was almost like they were given an assignment where you have to write 20 pages. And so the student takes it and puts it in like 25 size font, bold, extra kerning,
But there was no enthusiasm.
Well,
there was.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she was. I don't think that was her in her that was her ballywick. I think she was.
She apparently co-wrote it, and she admitted that. So
Well, of course she's going to say that.
oh, so she's told to say that.
And I'm not being all fucking tin hat. I'm just saying.
Because she's been relatively quiet. She's been in there for almost a year.
Oh, she's been busy. It hasn't been.
No, I mean like stirring the pot.
Oh,
Not really,
No.
right?
nope. I think she's in lockstep.
It was interesting. There were Trumpisms left and right. Just you can find the video online.
Yeah.
She's basically reading some pretty Trumpy stuff.
But it's crazy when you watch
there.
it because there was no conviction. There was no passion. There was no, she was reading the words. She was putting force into her voice, but because there was nothing bolstering it,
Yeah.
that kind of speech. I could take that speech and not change a single fucking word and deliver that in a completely different way that would be more incendiary and inflammatory. And she should. So if she really wanted to sell that hey, the U.S. means business, she should have stood up.
Yeah.
She should have stood up and fucking been gesturing and just getting pissed off. Because if you're really pissed off, isn't that what you'd do? You'd stand up, you'd go off script a little bit.
Well, then they'd say we weren't keeping our composure. The part of it was they talked about how
That's
much
why
money
I'm not
we're
in
giving.
the UN.
Yeah,
Or any political office.
We talked about how much money we're giving compared to other countries, right? And they talked about that for a solid 30 seconds of the speech. And instead of saying Jerusalem is the capital, why don't just cut your fucking funding? Just tell them, listen, we don't agree with this. We'll cut our funding
do you want
or
to cut?
something. Well, they're saying we have funded more peace for the Middle East stuff than
Right.
all the next two combined. And they're probably right. We've thrown a lot of money in there, but we're also pretty prosperous. But cut your funding then if you want to revolt of what's happening here.
No, I think, and we talked about this earlier, I think there's something else afoot.
Yeah, there
Here.
absolutely is. It just doesn't make sense why we give a shit. Unless
I think they're just hedging their bets just in case there is a God. Okay, we're pretty sure there's no God, but just in case, we better get us some chosen ones and get them Jews to like us.
they're hedging their bets on the Christian God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What if it's another God?
Well,
What if it's Cthulhu? Well, we're all fucked.
he's not.
Did I
really,
say that right? Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. He's not really a god anybody wants. He's the bringer of death.
It's a God nobody wanted ever.
No, he's the one you don't want to see.
Yeah,
Or it,
because then
whatever.
he can like remake you into like one of his like greasy tentacly minion thingies.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that
No.
because I think everything would hurt all the time.
Probably.
Like that. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Pain. Constant pain.
There's
That's probably
a couple
help.
books by a particular author whose name I don't remember.
Okay.
But there's a... he's got a couple books that he's written about basically gateways to Cthulhu, or like there's one called The Fold, where The Fold.
Wait, this isn't the famous
Peter
guy, right?
Peter Klein's.
Oh.
Peter Klein's, I remember.
I thought you were talking about...
This is newer. Yeah.
Go for it.
But they're doing this quantum thing, and they've figured out how to open up parallel universes.
Okay.
And so, obviously things go awry. Otherwise, you're not just gonna read a story about these guys doing this cool stuff. But it's really good because he gets into the Cthulhu mythology, and it's pretty. I usually don't like that stuff because it's so fucking overdone, right? But they do a pretty good job of giving you just enough, giving you more intrigue than grotesquerie, if that makes any sense.
Gotcha. Yep. Yep, that makes sense. I've been starting to read or listen to, World at War.
Yeah. Oh.
You turned me onto that.
Yes. I haven't asked you about that all week.
I really like it. It's good. It's basically the premise is we get invaded by creatures from another planet during World War II.
In the middle
of World War II.
Not cool.
Yeah, and it's all sides collectively are getting attacked by these things.
And you get the cool thing about the book is you get everybody's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely, and the monster's perspective.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
and he writes it from their perspective.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
exactly from the aliens, and you see the dynamics that they're dealing with.
Yep, they call us by our alien name, and our ships are like ground cruisers, is what they call them.
Yes,
instead of tanks.
But now, so they're here.
They're absolutely here. Yeah.
Okay, how'd you like the part though when they said, "Hey, you said it was going to be dudes on horses with long knives. This is not a horse."
Without ruining too much, their analysis...
You know what? The book's so old, you're
true.
fine.
They probed us...
Not like that.
Not like that. They sent probes to us to investigate, okay, what kind of things they were going to deal with when they tried to invade and take our planet.
And they were here, those probes looked at us...
1,600 years ago, before World War II.
Yes.
But in their culture, things evolved much slower.
You said 1,600 years ago,
before World War II.
Before World War II.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
If, 1,600 years either way of World War II, I don't even think you're going to think about that conflict.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I suppose it's because it's so close, right? Yeah. It's like saying a millennia plus 2, right? Yeah. I get
Sorry,
that.
I just had to...
No, that's good.
Grab the scab.
But it was interesting because they saw us back then in like the Crusades.
Yeah.
And then, so they thought it was going to be real easy, and then they realized we had radar.
But like you were saying, they move slower.
They evolve slower.
They evolve slower. Their technology is slower. So when they get here and they see tanks and planes and like, hey,
yeah,
what the fuck?
It's great to hear every side kind of figuring out the patterns, what they're good at, what they're not good at. And I ran into the first encounter. This is just the kind of the part of the book I'm at where they were flying a British bomber to bomb kind of a bigger selection of the ground units from the aliens. And a German plane came up next to him, gave him the little wing flap, and went away because he saw that they were bombing the lizards. And that was really cool. Like, that was the first encounter.
That wasn't my girl, was it?
I don't know if it's a girl, but...
Ludmilla?
I don't think that's who it was. I don't think that's who it was. But
I like me some Ludmilla.
It was the first part of the book where the sides of the World War
they're like, okay,
realized we got to kind of meld together a little bit here, fight together so we could take this shit out. But it's pretty interesting. I like the story of the ball players. Now they're forming like a militia. It was Mud.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a couple. Yeah, you probably should have gotten to them by now. There's a married couple who are trying to get somewhere.
I haven't gotten too much into that. No.
Okay. I want to talk to you about that after you've read the book.
Gotcha.
Because
I've been listening to it every day.
So. Yeah. Because it's just we'll talk about it because I have conflicts.
Gotcha.
I'm conflicted. I need to go on Oprah.
Yeah. Speaking of conflicted.
Yes.
You haven't seen Star Wars yet, have you?
No.
Okay. Have you read or heard about any of
No.
the reviews? Okay.
I
Gotcha.
haven't avoided it. I just didn't see it.
Needless to say, it's been polarizing for people because they take some chances and they do some shit that Star Wars doesn't normally do.
I've heard some complaints.
Yeah, so you'll have to see it, and we'll have to talk about it maybe
Because you've
a
seen
week
it.
or two. Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, so
I saw it once.
I've heard, and I'm not spoiling anything,
Yeah, there's no spoilers here. We're not going to
that
talk
it's
about
very Star Trek-y, as far the last Star Trek-y, where there's a lot of convenience.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
Yeah.
2012 convenience, but definitely. So what?
Yeah, there's
But as long as it's not too bad, because I didn't watch all of the last Star Trek.
they do some things that are odd for Star Wars, and there are some parts of the story you're just kind of like,
Do I have to set aside
okay.
not only my belief in reality, but my belief in science fiction, so we can look beyond that veil as well?
In the Star Wars
every once in
realm,
a
which
while.
is already kind of unbelievable. I mean, here's the tough part. This goes beyond the original trilogy that people know and love, right? And now we're starting to encounter the Jedi from that post, so they're much
Right.
older now. And so I think the problem some people have, and this is not ruining any part of the movie, is what kind of power do they have now? Like, personally, as somebody who hasn't seen the movie, knows nothing about it, what kind of powers would Luke have, or Leia, because they're both kind of force sensitive? What do you think this far down the line?
This far down the line, if
kind of
Luke
powers?
has studied the whole time, worked with it, and mastered that, then I think he would be stronger, much stronger. If he has not, I think his power would have diminished.
Okay. Yep. So if he's so let's say he's trained the entire time. Let's just pretend.
Right.
What kind of powers would you expect out of a Jedi like that?
Very powerful powers.
Like
Just stronger force.
Okay, gotcha.
Being able to wield the force much stronger than those with less experience and study.
And then what about somebody like the younger Jedi? Because have you seen The Force Awakens?
That was
That was the one before this one.
yes.
Which
yes,
is, yeah,
I did.
so
I did.
the powers.
That's where Dad dies, right?
Yes.
If you haven't seen the movie, Harrison
whatever,
Ford
you're fine.
dies in it.
Whatever. The powers that they have. What did you think about that? Were they too powerful? Not powerful enough?
Repeat the question.
So you saw the powers that
Yes.
Kylo Ren and what's her name?
Okay, the issue I had
And
with
Rey
that,
had.
with Rey, was she goes from just running around scrapping metal to wielding a fucking lightsaber like she was born with it.
Well, she had practiced on her planet with the weapons. I'm not too worried about the weapons. I'm talking about force powers in general. How hard it was in the original trilogy for Luke to learn how to
Oh yeah,
lift
yeah, and then
things,
she
and
just
now it's
kind
just fucking sped up.
well, but maybe it's the new generation.
Exactly. Maybe as the midichlorians
Yeah,
are now
I was
more
gonna say the same.
are now more potent.
Yeah, because maybe midichlorians. Well, it would make sense that midichlorians, in whatever state they are, would evolve in some way,
Yep.
some fashion.
That was I mean, we'll talk more about the new movie without spoiling it. That's what I've been asking people. Like, this is what is this since the Return of the Jedi? Sorry, I fucking lost my mind there. This I think is like 20 or 30 years after that, maybe
Yeah.
not even.
No, it's like 20. I think 25 years or something like that.
Yeah, Luke's older.
Which just breaks my fucking heart even more.
What's that?
Well, because they veered from the canon, right?
Well, you're talking like the books.
Yeah, the books. But that's the entire Star Wars canon right there. There's so much fucking written out there. And Disney's like, nah, it didn't happen.
Would you do you think people would have been happy with that though? Because now they know the entire story. You know what I mean? Like that's a
No.
conflict thing.
What do you mean?
Now they know the story because these books already wrote it for us. That canon, all those reveals are now revealed.
Do you know what though? Do you know what percentage of the fucking population's actually read Star Wars versus not?
Case in point, Game of Thrones. I stand corrected. Those books were written a long time ago, and everybody latched onto that show, even the ones who knew the book. Yeah, so it would have worked fine.
Yep. But like the new Jedi Order,
Yeah.
20 years after Jedi, and awesome.
Yeah,
Fucking Jedi. Star Wars meets Predator.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool idea.
Did you ever read?
I have it. I have not read it yet. Vector Prime.
Vector
right?
Prime.
No, I haven't read it yet.
You know what? I'm going to make an admission here. A moment of honesty. I cried at the end of that book.
Yeah, you guys, I pretty much know the story. You and your daughter, Kayla,
Yeah.
were very disappointed that they didn't go with that because it was so good.
It was so good. And some of the moments, dude, I get choked up thinking about Ganderswade, and about halfway through that series. And the battles.
Yeah.
The battles were so fucking epic, man. I mean, just a thing of literary beauty.
We won't spoil that either.
No, I'm not.
Just
I'm
go check
purposely
that.
not.
Yeah, we haven't spoiled anything in the
So
movie.
if you haven't
We
read
spoiled-
New Jedi Order, just pick up Vector Prime
and I would
and a bunch of boxes of Kleenex. 'Cause some fucked up shit happens at the end.
say if you're going into what is this one called? Shit, The Last Jedi.
Star Wars 9?
If you're going into Star Wars 9 here, The Last Jedi, just go in expecting
A movie.
a movie. It's a Star Wars movie. Have fun with it. Don't try
Now,
to take the story
They
too
can't
seriously.
make another movie
and-
after this.
What?
They can't make another movie after this.
Yes, they can.
No.
Why?
It's The Last Jedi.
Well, yeah.
So what are they going to do? Sith. It's just going to be all Sith.
It's a movie. They'll figure out a way.
On.
This is Disney.
I'm just pointing out anomalies.
They're going to run this shit into the ground. I mean, I already saw the poster walking out of this movie, Solo. They're doing the Han Solo prequel. Yep. Kind of the origin story
Who's
of that.
playing him?
I have no idea. No idea. Yeah. Not sure.
I'm going to help him pick somebody out.
Yeah.
No, I've got ideas.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm thinking Martin Lawrence.
So, okay, if we were to cast, let's say Vector Prime was the new Star Wars movie, right?
Right.
It was after the book. Who would you pick to play? What was his name? Solo.
Jason?
Jason Solo.
Jason Solo.
Because he's one in the books. He turns bad or something, right?
Right.
Don't say John Cusack.
No. I'd have to think about that. 'Cause I'm trying to think of young actors. I don't know any young actors.
So I'll tell you what, because Adam Driver, the guy who plays Kylo Ren.
The fucker who played the fucking ginger in Harry Potter.
Okay, gotcha. You'd pick him.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll work.
You-
He's got a little angst, you know.
Adam Driver, the guy who plays Kylo Ren,
Yes.
right? A lot of people did not like that cast.
No.
Casting.
I didn't.
So, because
He was
people
too
think
much of a pussy.
he's too much of a pussy, right? Well, the character, he is a Marine, like the actor himself, which is kind of nuts. Like you look at him, you're just like, what? He's not much, but he's a Marine. Yeah, pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
Then became an actor. Yeah. But it just doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't portray. He portrays too much of
I don't see how.
a petulant child.
I do not see how the Sith would allow him to continue as a Sith,
Yeah,
because he's not Sith. I mean, if I was a Sith, I'd be the kid's just not Sith material.
yeah. From the Force Awakens, you know what I mean? Like he was too.
He cried all the time.
And he was too conflicted. Well, I mean, they like the Sith are the ones that
Snape.
they don't mind.
Snape?
Snoke, I think, is his
Snoke,
name.
yeah. Who names these fucking guys?
Yeah, that's a dumb name.
Is it Darth Snoke?
I don't know. They just called him Snoke.
It's like when he goes partying, is it Snokey? Yo, Snokey, what's up, man? You bring some blow? Fucking's in the house.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
But, you know.
you fucking lost it.
No, I am very sincere.
Let's stay in the science fiction realm of toys and
Stay in
fun.
it?
Stay in it. Yeah,
Let's see, how am I going to do that?
and
I
move to
have
a video
some
game
ideas.
you've heard of.
Okay.
I'm just gonna offer you a scenario here. So there's a very popular science fiction video game that's out right now. It's made by the people who made Halo. It's called Destiny, and then they made a new one called Destiny 2.
Yes.
It's under a lot of fucking scrutiny right now
Why?
because so they offered the game Destiny 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody buys it. You get all these features and things you can do within it. One of those things is to
Was
group.
that EA?
No, it was
Okay.
at Activision and Bungie.
Okay.
And one of the things you can do in it is group up with two people and do these things called strikes. Okay. All right. So here you are grouping with your friends, you're doing strikes, and you can join what's called a strike playlist, where basically once you're done with one, it just brings you to the next one, brings you to the next one. So you just kind of keep going.
Nice gameplay.
Right? Good idea. Well, they have a heroic strike, which is a harder version of that they offered.
Okay.
So you have all these strikes, okay, and all of a sudden now they release a DLC, downloadable content for the uninitiated, and it's $20 or $30 or something.
Sometimes upwards of 60.
And the people who have Destiny 2 are like, okay, well, that's cool, whatever, I'll get that eventually. I don't have enough money for this. All of a sudden, all the strikes that came with the game that they paid $60 for are behind a paywall. And they can't access it anymore until they buy the DLC for $30.
That's a dick move.
It's a major dick move, and guess what? It's the second time they've done this.
Yeah, I know. I remember
they did it in Destiny 1, and nobody really knew better back then, and now they've done it again. And people are fucking losing their shit. Like,
where are they out of?
They're out of Seattle, Bellevue.
Really?
I'm sorry, Bellevue, Washington. Yeah.
So they're in the United States.
So a lot of
they
people
could
are
get in trouble.
Well, the other crazy part too is so they charge $30 for this DLC, and it's supposed to be this big story-driven campaign in it too.
Right.
And it's just been awful. It's been really bad. And so they released a story about this Osiris guy or whatever, and it was less than 2 hours of story. And then it was a bunch of repeatable, grindy content that basically they're fucking consumers over really bad with this thing. Openly. And they're defending or just going completely silent, and they don't give a shit.
How are they defending?
I forget exactly what they did. They've sent some things out about how they're going to try and make it better, but it's too late. This is a money grab. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
That's a dick move.
That's a majorly dick move. You paid for something that it would be like buying your movie, and then the new one comes out. Well, yeah, you
No. You buy the movie,
but
if you want to see the really good parts, they're behind a paywall.
Yeah, remember that part of that movie you really liked? Yeah, we're cutting that out. You got to pay us extra to watch that again.
You got to pay a little extra.
And the other thing that I've seen mobile game industry and in full-on game industry is this whole thing of loot boxes, right? So they're skating a line of gambling in video games and getting away with it.
This is where Electronic Arts got some shit.
With the Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
So you would pay $60 for a game, and then they would hide all this content behind a system where you had to keep playing, get points, spend that on loot boxes.
That you may or may not get.
Tell me if this sounds like a slot machine to you, but you spend money, it drops loot boxes down, and it rolls a dice behind the scenes to decide what gear you get in those loot boxes or what things you unlock in the loot boxes.
There was a big uproar about that.
The reason people were going nuts about it is, well, twofold in my opinion. One is EA they were so fucking stupid. They decided to just call it for what it was. Here's loot box gambling, basically. And they didn't try to hide it behind a system. So, for instance, Destiny, they hide it behind a system. When you go and kill things, they don't drop weapons and gear for you. They drop these little blue balls called engrams. Mm-hmm. You pick them up, you turn them in, and it gives you a piece of loot. Well, when you turn that thing in, it's rolling a dice to decide what you get. That's how everything is based in that game.
Which isn't a problem as long as there's a prevalence of everything you need.
But there can be. But here's it's not only what you get, it's what stats or modifications are on that thing.
No, yeah, I get that.
Which is nuts. So basically, it's just to get you in this grindy to just roll to see what you get. World of Warcraft started to do it now. It's less shitty.
Oh, with their store?
Or
their shop?
No. So, like, say you kill something in that game and it drops something for you, right? It's called personal loot now. You don't roll against other people, generally. And then you get that item, and then what it does is it says, okay, here's this item, and it does another dice roll behind the scenes. If it hits, let's say it's a 100-sided dice, and you get a 1 through 10 that crits, that gear becomes a little bit better.
Right.
And then you get that. So it kind of adds a gambling aspect to that as well. Not as bad.
Yeah, when I was at my father's a couple weeks ago.
He plays WoW. Yeah.
He still plays WoW, which is good. He's got Alzheimer's, and so it's good. Keeps him active and all that fun shit. But I was doing some stuff on there for him, and I was looking at the new to me, World of Warcraft. Just that you can just have stores. They have stores here. You can buy What do you
all
want?
cosmetics. It's all cosmetic. That shit that you buy in the store doesn't actually make you more powerful in the game. That's the good part about it. It's all cosmetics.
Are you kidding?
No.
You know how expensive that shit is?
Oh,
That's fucking ridiculous.
I'm well aware. Yeah.
I would like to give you $30 for fake pants.
Yep. No, pretty much. I mean, they have to do it that way. That's the only way you can do it because
$60 for you want 100. You want a 100-point boost.
Well, let's look at the
Boom.
let's look at the other side. A new UFC game came out, and people are playing online where you can make your own fighter and then fight against other people. If you spent $900 on your fighter in their store, you were maxed out in every category. So you basically had the perfect fighter. You could go online and dominate people just because you spent money. You can't have that. That's not fair.
I wonder how many people actually pay the $1,000.
Well, look at microtransactions in mobile games. That's a big fucking market.
Oh, it is, but I mean, to get to 1,000, I could see maybe 100,
Yeah.
maybe 2, but 1,000 would be like,
Yeah.
I can't qualify that.
That's just another thing. $900 to get a maxed out character. Even that's ridiculous in its own.
Dude,
right.
I have a hard time with paying $60 to get to 100,
Yeah.
but I'd probably do it when I had a little whiskey.
That's something, actually, WoW does do that. They allow you to boost your character 100, but you have to level through that new expansion in order to get to the end. You have to earn all that stuff. So
You gotta earn it.
yeah. It's
What else is going on
unfortunate.
in the world? Doug Jones.
We talked about that last week, but
Did
yeah.
we? Did the win had already happened?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm old.
That's all right.
I'm old.
JP's old. This is in.
This is me.
We're
I'm old.
still going to marvel in that. We got a Democratic
there's
guy
much
voting in Arizona. That's crazy. Or I'm sorry, Arizona, Alabama.
Whoa. Gave me a swoon.
Is Arizona Democratic?
I don't know. Isn't that where McCain's from? No, he's a Republican.
Oh yeah.
I think he's from Arizona.
I have no
Did
idea.
Brian say anything else? Is he saying hi?
Oh, he just said hello.
Just
That's all.
hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Hello,
doesn't-
Brian.
He doesn't love us.
We miss you. We love you.
All of those things. Yeah. You got crazy plans for the holidays coming up? You guys hosting massive parties and doing blow and hookers?
But that sounds good, except for the hookers. I just don't want to have to explain myself.
Gotcha.
What? Where were you? What? Who is? What? Those aren't they're not my panties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot to explain. But the mountain of blow is fine. It's expected.
Yeah, no one would be surprised. I just pop up out of the snow, just powder everywhere. Hi. I think when I do
Literally, hi.
I guess in that scenario, I obviously did so much coke that I turned into a gay fashion designer.
Nice.
Oh, hi.
You would be quite the fashion designer because of your artistic style and just randomness.
Passion.
Actually, you would fit fucking right in. If you've seen those shows where what they're wearing and stuff,
Yes.
it's like, holy shit. That's like JP's mind just kind of said all the things. And
All the
now
things.
Now it's fashion.
You have made all the things in one thing. I love you.
Yeah.
You have
the
to do that.
Transformers of clothing.
You have to do that.
And then you never see anybody wearing that shit.
No. Because you see some of these fucking fashion galas, and you got this guy, Marie Antoinette, with a big fucking banquet chafer on her head. It's like,
Yep.
just no. I like what I'm seeing. I just want to know the inspiration for your vision here. Is this a fucking fever dream?
It's basically, maybe it's wordplay. I don't like calling it a fashion show. It should be, it's almost like their version of art.
Well, especially when some of it are just some of the most bizarre clothes you've ever seen, and you never see them again.
And there's no practicality to what they're wearing. It's meant to be some
I know,
showpiece, an
just
art
some
piece.
garish showpiece.
Yeah.
But like I've seen them where they had like this kilt, right? But it had just an abhorrent number of pleats, and I mean, it was like if you laid the thing out, it's huge, but they had cut it a certain way, so it's like, down here it was like, just pleats and buttons and everything, and it had to be heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Had to be the fucking kilt had to be at least 30 pounds.
Well, you have a sewing machine now. You should come up with like your own line of just like trying to mimic that shitty ass clothing with some Joanne fabric, some glitter.
Michaels.
What would your
Hobby
fashion?
Lobby.
What would your fashion line be? Byron's Choice.
Byron.
Just Byron. Body by Byron?
No, just Byron.
Just Byron.
Byron.
You gotta have somebody come on. Byron. It almost sounds like a fragrance. Byron et toilette.
Olé, Papa, les toi.
Le toi. Yeah. I like it.
No, just Byron.
Yeah.
It could be by Byron.
Ooh. Is that the author? Yeah, it's the author.
That's the author.
Yeah, it's the author.
God, he is a Renaissance man. Oh,
You're-
no.
Well, I know we keep talking about your book ever since we started this thing, but you are literally at the finish line.
Yeah, I'm.
Assembly.
I've less than a furlong from the line.
And almost all the chapters are read, right?
Yes. He's got the all but two, which I have those. I have to go through the final chapter I got from my copy editor. And so I have to go through that. And then once I'm through that, send it to him. But I'm already in assembly mode. So building the book, I've got the page count pretty much to a science.
What's it at now?
309 pages.
That's a good number.
That's a good number. Makes me want to poop.
You should add one more to make it 310.
I should.
The end.
Well, there will be. There will be. It'll just be on the other side of that one, but they don't count the sides and stuff. I don't know. It's some racist thing.
Wow. That is pretty racist toward pages.
Right?
Yeah.
Pages like at the theater?
Pages? You mean Pontage's theater?
No, a page at the theater. At a theater. The page is the one with the little flashlight takes you to your seat. That's a page.
Fucking A, man. I feel like a millennial. I've never heard that before in my life. Yeah. Really.
But you've seen them.
Cloying.
You've seen them, though. Right? You've been to shows where
absolutely.
you go to well, now they're security guards at concerts because, well, there's idiots. They're everywhere.
Speaking of concerts, how about that stage collapsing on DJ, is it Caleb or something like that?
Khalid or...
It wasn't Khalib, it was Khalid.
Well, no, but I think his name was DJ Khalid.
Yeah. Where was the...
Fritas.
Okay, where was the festival?
São Paulo, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro.
God damn it.
Somewhere in a place where it's warmer than here.
It was super windy.
But it was windy, and it blew the stage and scaffolding apart. There's going to be lawsuits, but I don't think there's anything anyone could have done about that.
Yeah.
Well, short of roping it, cabling it.
That crushed the poor guy. I'm assuming it's a guy. I could be wrong.
So the lawsuits, I'm sure, will be.
Yeah. That sucks.
I mean, it sucks. I mean, somebody died, didn't need to die. But
yeah. No.
Unless it was a karmic thing, and the people who did die were like, they had done something bad somewhere, and there was just some freak of nature that brought them to one place, and then the gods like, hey,
Mother Nature decided,
dude, one stroke, man, got them all.
And there's some southern guy with a fucking cigar in his mouth.
He's
or something.
A southern god.
So it really is run by the old southern white hairs. Oh, great. Fuck.
No, he just,
I hope their god isn't real.
He has no racial affiliation. He just had an attitude and an accent. Loves NASCAR.
Ugh.
Loves him.
Danny Hamlin.
And Danica Patrick is done, retiring or retired, going to.
Well, she is getting into divorce, I think.
Well, yeah, she's also, I thought she was retiring. She's not getting a contract.
She wasn't really good anyway. Like, she did some good things, I think, in I'll call it the minor leagues. I think it was the Nationwide or something like that.
She was PR.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she was a woman driver. I mean, she wasn't horrible. She just
wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah. That's not to say women can't drive in NASCAR.
That's just to say women can't drive.
Wow. Oh, Bill Clinton.
Sorry.
So Bill Clinton is your rapey, xenophobic, masochist, narcissistic, pretty much anything that's sensational. You just use his voice.
It's just fun to do it.
Bill Clinton, let me ask you a question. What do you think of Asian drivers?
I like them. Hire them all the time. I broke that up.
You hire Asian drivers all the time?
They can keep a secret.
What do you think of white privilege?
Got a lot of it.
I see. You're not good at this. You're not good at this at all.
Well, my throat's dry, and I'm bad at it. So
why is your throat dry?
No, did you hear what I did there? I coupled the real excuse with a fake one that sounded bigger.
An excuse sandwich. Congratulations.
My throat was dry, and I'm not good at this.
Let's talk about the tax reform that just passed. pretty much going to happen. There was a part we looked at here. What's his name? Not Fokker. What the hell's his fucking name?
McConnell?
No.
Ryan?
Horker?
Corker.
So Corker was against it. I believe he was a Republican. He is a Republican. He was against it until they added something to the bill to help with LLCs.
Yes, and real estate. Which helped him
directly.
And, according to the media.
Yeah.
Trump as well.
Yep.
Trump.
So that is right there saying that they needed to do favors in order to get votes to make this thing go through. So how many favors did they add up to make this thing? You know what I mean?
Far too many. And here's why I say this. There are so many senators who said the bill was so big, I couldn't even read it. I had to, how the fuck do you summarize a 1,000-page bill?
I don't know if it is a grand, was it?
Yes.
It was? Okay.
Into a 2-page summary.
And just, I'm not defending this bill, but I'm saying this is common practice.
No, I get it.
No, this is scarier than this fucking bill.
No,
we pass things, we have no idea what they are.
That's what I mean. It's the ludicrous nature of, like, I remember seeing fucking, I think that was here at the Minnesota. No, it was at the House. And it was a late night vote. Hardly anyone was there. And you had senators or a congressman running over and hitting other people's voting buttons.
Yeah, because it told them who they were voting for. Yeah. Or what. Yeah,
no. This is far too, no, when you see this isn't, no, he's like, dang. He's literally.
You're 100% sure of this, right?
I saw the video. It was like a late night C-SPAN thing.
Crazy.
They do that shit all the time.
And this just, the reason I'm saying this is because this is not uncommon practice.
They all don't do this. But like you said, it's not uncommon
to
see. In fact, I saw it all those years ago. It's like, I'm like, fuck, that's fucked. But that's all I thought of it.
Yes, anyone who's bashing this tax reform by saying, well, it's too big, nobody could read it, that's happened a long time. That is not, they're right, but they're an asshole at the same time because that's not part of the problem here with this bill in particular.
Correct. Sorry, I could get off on a rant on that other stuff.
That's a problem with the way we're fucking doing things. I mean, they should take all the time they need to figure these things out and then get educated and vote on it.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say it's the fact that we're letting it happen. I know.
What do we fucking do,
No, I know. Well, we...
What, do we go in there and march up?
What we're doing.
Do we march in?
Well, I think if people weren't so sheepled...
It's tough to get people to donate to good causes, let alone get the fuck up and do something about it.
Yeah,
and I'm guilty of it too.
I don't think you're going to see another Revolutionary War.
No. Well, things have changed.
Yep.
Fighting your government, you're not using the same muskets anymore.
That was a good point today. These guys have the bravery of being out of range.
Well,
that's a nice looking gun you got there, son. Look at my drone. It's a mile away.
Yep. The government owns the big guns. Back in the day, that really wasn't it. Like,
no, it was pretty much.
You could beat them with numbers.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying we need to revolt against the fucking government with guns.
We are not inciting revolt.
We need some fucking changes, man. Big time change.
I think, like I was saying last week, get rid of the fucking representative system.
Yep.
People can. You want to have a couple senators? That's fine. Everything else, though, is decided on and voted on, vetted on, and held, and they're held accountable by the people.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Your two senators can vote on the really, really, really mundane shit, but when it comes to the big thing, everybody votes.
Yeah, and it's state driven, right? So this state, we collect all the votes. Okay, we collectively voted one for this. You know what I mean? Like not electoral college.
Nope. The people vote. I know.
It would have to be.
There's opponents and proponents for the electoral college.
Basically, it needs to be a popular vote. There we go. We'll just do that. It needs to be a popular vote.
Fucking popular vote.
Supposedly, electoral college takes into account your.
I know your scale and
how many people you actually have there, right? So, whatever.
Color your little red wagon.
It would not be hard to do. The hard part is fraud. And we have
Yes.
fraud now with our current system.
You know what?
So
Just can I tangent?
go
Can
for
I
it.
digress?
Yeah.
You
Let's
know,
call
we
it
were
the
talking.
digression.
We were talking at lunch today. Yeah, I love people. I fucking love watching people, man. I love the human condition. But I don't understand. I mean, I do understand the criminal element, but I don't understand why people got to fucking take from other people, you know, or be mean or just whatever. It's just we're capable of so fucking much.
Yeah.
You know, imagine if we, you know, I don't have the number in front of me, but what the fuck are we spending on the war machine? You know, it's got to be huge.
Most
What if we took
of our money.
half of that and put it toward something good for the people? I mean, when I say I'm talking humanity as a whole, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be just a better place?
I'll tell you this. I think it would be a step in the right direction, but it's not good enough. Throwing money at everything is not good enough.
Well, no, I'm saying at least get
Yeah.
people. There's no reason, like when you see fucking mentally ill people who are homeless, you know, just because the society doesn't take care of them.
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
That's not okay.
And they used to keep them in sanitariums until I think it was like early 80s when they just closed down some of the big sanitariums and just literally let these people out into the street.
And the sad part is, like, you saying that, it's crazy, but depending on there's a lot of people who would say, what have they fucking done to deserve my help? I'm struggling over here making my money. Why should I help them? And I look at it and I go, you're fucking nuts. You help them because they can't help themselves. Like,
Yeah.
what happened to fucking humanity?
What happened to just being a little conscientious?
What, everybody wants to be a fucking hoarder like Scrooge McDuck and fucking swim in your gold coins.
And the thing is, it's not even a hoarder thing. I mean, it could be your effort. And you know what? I'm guilty of this because I get busy with shit, and I just let that shit get in the way of doing probably shit that's more admirable or more, you know, of a whatever use.
Well, we're all
word here.
guilty of it
Yes.
in one way, shape, or form. But
it doesn't always have to be money. Some people are just stingy with their time. No, my show's on tonight.
yep,
You know, I got to go drink. I'm going to go get laid. And like I said, I'm guilty of that myself. But I've done some volunteering. I've done some
yep,
nice things.
yeah,
Oh man, I saw this homeless guy in California. We were going from that restaurant we had breakfast at with Amanda,
yeah.
and there's this homeless guy on the street, right? Old guy, very, man. I'll give you $100 if that guy weighed 90 pounds.
Oh shit,
You know, long beard, not much for teeth, you know, and he's just sitting there. He got his cup. He's not talking to anyone. I literally felt bad. I've saw a lot of homeless people out there, but I think there's some professional homeless people, right? And then there are some who are just fucked. And, you know, I fucking dropped 20 in his cup. You know, and he's like, God bless you, God bless. You know, he was really, but it was just, he was really pumped that, you know, I mean, fucking all he had in there was, and he was not, you know, he kind of, there's homeless people and then there's real homeless people.
He looked like a real homeless person.
Yeah, because, you know, you get that sheen,
Yep.
you know, that comes with just getting fucked over, regardless if you're fucked over by your decisions or just
Sure.
shit out of your control.
So let's take this guy, for instance, right? Because then this is one of these people where they're going to say, what has he done to deserve my money or my time? He does nothing but take and take and take. And you know what? Maybe he does. But that's just the wrong way to look at it. The way I think people should start looking at this and be motivated by this would be to, all right, so let's take this guy off the streets. Let's get him money. Let's clean him up. Let's get him out of this situation. Sit him down and talk to him and figure out, what are your passions?
What do you need?
What drives you? If you didn't have to worry about living in the streets anymore, what would you do? What would you want to do?
Now, by that rationale,
Yeah.
this guy's sell-by dates come and gone. He was really old.
Sure.
So he's not really viable for putting back into the workforce. But
In general, what would it,
I still
don't
think
care.
I still think we bring him in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we take care of him. But I mean, as far as rehabilitation or trying to get him, you know, but housing.
No, but what would his passion be? Well, staying alive? I don't think that's anybody's passion. Even people who are very old and they don't have much to live for, they have some sort of passion where they'd like
Be
to
it
do
art
something.
or science or
Exactly. And if we took all these people that aren't deserving of our fucking time or money, and we started asking them this, well, they're lazy. They're not guess what, people? A lot of people in poverty are not in poverty because they're fucking lazy. There are a lot of homeless people who are not homeless because they are lazy. You have to understand that. You have to understand that. Guess what? All these people who are talking all this mad shit, you are one nasty health crisis away from being broke ass motherfucker.
Right.
One. Heart disease, something like that. You are fucked. So guess what? There's a very, very fine line between you and them. I would never get there. Never say never, because I guarantee you a lot of the homeless people I met said the same fucking thing.
Shit happens.
Shit fucking happens.
Whether, and, you know, it happens while you're making your fucking plans.
Yep, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I just wish we could all just see this seething mass of humanity, you know, there's gotta wax a little new age here for you, but there's a oneness.
Sure.
You know, there's a oneness. There's a sharing that goes on between us, and it's, even if it's generally it's unspoken, you know, but we're all in the same rock, you know, and it wouldn't be too hard to say here.
There are bad apples in every walk of life. You can't just group them up because there's a few bad apples in a certain society and say they're all that way. That's so fucking lazy.
That is lazy.
That's so fucking lazy.
Because that's just blatant racism or xenophobia. But if you
it's ignorance.
That too.
Absolute ignorance.
It's kind of an amalgam
sure.
of bad things. Or not pleasant things, not so good things. Things that if you were good, you wouldn't want.
How about that video you showed me? It was these guys would go around and ask people for food. Okay, so these were people who were filming kind of off to the side, and this guy was not homeless. He was a regular guy, dressed nicely, and he would ask people, "Hey, I don't have a wallet. Could I get some food from you?"
Yeah, and he'd usually go up to them when they were just starting to eat something.
Just starting to eat, and they were all no's for the most part. Now this could have been edited, but it looked like he was shut down completely. Nobody wanted to help him.
Of course, it was edited, but yeah, he went. He asked normal people. Just people sitting for food. And, they said no. And then
they got the bag of, like, Wendy's or something, and they gave it to a homeless guy. And it had 3-4 burgers in there and some fries, and they gave it to him, and the guy goes, "Thank you," and he starts eating it. Well, then they had that same guy, or the guy who was asking all the regular people for food, went up to him, dressed the same exact way, and went up to the homeless guy, "Hey, man, can I get some food from you?" Without missing a beat, the homeless guy was like, "Grab burger, grab fries, here you go." And they sat there and they ate.
That was fucking moving. I got all choked up watching that.
Fuck yeah, man, because that guy...
I get choked up just thinking about it.
Yeah, me too. You know? Yeah. Because that guy had more riches than any of those people with money.
Yeah.
It was insane. Like, he got it.
And they also did one, those same guys did that one with money. Yeah. Gave the guy like a $20 bill. No, he gave him like 4 ones or something like that. And the guy said, "Hey, man, do you got a couple bucks?" And he's like, "Yeah, fuck, here."
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, because I was quasi-homeless in the 80s. We kind of talked about that.
Yeah, when you were...
I was hitchhiking for a couple years. So I have a taste of that lifestyle, because you end up in those circles sometimes, you know, when you're thumbing. And I always respect it. You know, my daughter, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't out. Yeah.
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 But it's, I like giving.
Yeah.
I love to give. I don't often have a lot to give. But man, and I don't want to be seen as a giver. I don't want to be seen by, he gave me blah, 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 blah. No, just.
Well, I think to be fair and truthful here, everybody wants to be seen doing good things. But I think you are mature enough and cool enough and compassionate enough to realize that is not good for the human soul anyway. To sit there and be like, "Look at me, I'm giving."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not good for you at all. It does nothing for you.
And plus, that would spoil the joy.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I was a billionaire, dude,
yeah,
fuck, I'd be giving shit away all the fucking time.
Plus, it's that personal element of walking up to the person, giving them something, and they realize you're giving them something because you want to help them. And it's not about cameras on you. It's not about any of that shit. You just listen, man.
Dude,
Here's the deal.
I'd be anonymous.
Yeah. You told me about your stuff. You would drop it in a purse just randomly. A bunch of money.
Yep. You just walk around. You just fucking listen. Because you can figure out a lot about people walking through the mall, just hearing the bits and hearing this and that. So, man, they got a lot of money. Okay. Yeah. Thunk.
They seem like a good person.
Yeah. Now, what would be cool is cameras everywhere, right? So security sees you reaching into her purse, right? And so, but you're actually dropping an envelope of $10,000 in it, right? Mm-hmm. And you're leaving, and all of a sudden, boom, and they get you, and they have her, and she's like, "No, nothing's missing." He's like, "I didn't take anything. We saw you. Yeah, you saw me putting something in her purse," and then. Mm-hmm. But that'd be kind of a funny situation. She's like, no, and she pulls out this watch. She goes, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, am I under arrest for giving her $10,000? Why'd you do it? Am I under arrest? I'm leaving, fucker.
Yeah. That would be a funny situation.
Yeah, but that could happen.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be great just to be philanthropic. If I was had that kind of money, I'd even fucking go so far as to do a scholarship. Scholarship based on GPA.
Yeah.
GPA, income level. And potential. Yeah, and I said potential. So it's like, it would be judged.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste money. But on that token, I guess if I've got that much money, I'd probably be lobbying to get college free, like we talked about.
Yeah.
We talked about that last week.
That would be good lobbying there.
That'd be good lobbying.
Yeah, you had a good take on that about how you would state college should be free. Mm-hmm. If your GPA suffers and you're seen as not either hardworking enough to get through it or smart enough, you go to the Votech schools or...
so you still get a trade.
Yeah, you learn a trade. Yeah.
You still get a trade.
I think it would be...
But now if you want to go to Harvard or Yale or other names,
you pay for that.
No subsidies, nothing.
Yeah.
That's all you.
And I think they could get away with that. I mean... Unfortunately, we're in the student loan machine.
Now, if Yale wants to do their thing and whatever, but... Yeah, the government giving you shit. We already gave you college.
Yep, exactly.
And there's some good state colleges.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, you can get an education. I learned a ton in college, and my college was nothing special at all. But I learned a lot. It was great.
I didn't learn anything in college.
Oh, really?
But that was by no fault of the college. That was all in me.
Well, I didn't apply myself one bit. I don't regret a lot of things, but if I could...
Oh, you're talking playing games. You learned a lot playing games?
I was fucking around all the time, getting high all the time, doing whatever. Waste of my money.
Speaking of games. Let's talk games.
Yeah, we did earlier.
I just finished Goroga
or something. It's a mobile game.
Goroga. Yes.
I'll look at it.
Goroga. I think there's 2 rows in there. It is a beautiful fucking puzzler. It's on iOS.
Gorogoa. Yeah.
Gorogoa. So close, no cigar.
Close, but no cigar.
Beautiful game. Puzzles where you really have to think outside the box. Just some of the stuff was like, I'd be working it, and it's, and then it's a simple thing. I'm like, I'm stupid. But it's a beautiful game. Just finished it. Also playing, and I know you got that game, but you haven't started it yet.
Inside?
No,
Gorogoa.
Sounds like a place where you go and they have really good raves.
Okay.
Are you going to Gorogoa?
Yeah, sure.
And good drugs.
At Gorogoa, the best drugs. We call it the G.
We got wind traps, so you don't got to worry about scaffolding falling.
I don't think Clinton would be at something like that.
Oh yeah, when he's younger.
Yeah,
bring his sacks and everything.
What do you think of Inside?
Thank you. I was going to get back there. He breadcrumbed me because he's like he's lost. Mm-hmm. His kite's just flying away. Inside is a disturbing fucking game. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, it's really up your alley.
Like a kid, you're like this.
Oops.
It's just like my childhood almost, except
Jesus Christ, no
dogs
way.
eating you and stuff.
Well, I don't think you're gonna. Because you're still in the early parts of the game, and that game goes places.
Yeah, but it's It's a brutal game.
Very
I remember
dark.
the first time that guy with a flashlight, I tripped over the log and fell into the water, and he just grabs me by the throat and just slams my head underwater, pulls it out, and does it again, and does it until I'm like obviously broken, and then I'm dead. I'm like,
I think
that happened.
they made, was it Braid?
I think they made Braid, and they also made
No,
the
it
other
wasn't.
one.
It wasn't Braid. It
No, not
was,
Braid. Other Shadow one.
Yeah, it was a kid running in the shadows,
Yeah.
and it was brutal. And
Yeah, Braid was a beautiful game.
yes, it was. That was where you
But-
could go back and forth. in
Yeah.
time
Oh, and I
and
also
stuff.
get tore apart by dogs. Not
Yeah.
nice dogs. Don't you get to buy some Alpo?
You have no idea. Do you play this with the sound on? You should play it with the sound on.
Well, I try to.
Okay.
Like if Brenda's asleep next to me.
Or if you're on the shitter, you don't want people to hear you playing a game. I'm just fucking with you, man.
I'm just used to keeping the sound off.
This game has some parts where sound is pretty cool.
And maybe even required.
I wouldn't say it's required, but I'd
Not
say
like not sometimes.
it
like-
might vibrate your phone to help. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a beautiful game though.
It took them a long time to make that because apparently the tech in that game is really off the charts crazy. I don't know how or why, but the tech they have in that game is really nuts.
I can't get past that fucking gate.
Yeah, you'll get past it. You'll figure it out.
I've been trying to figure it out.
How long have you been stuck?
Day
Yeah, but like hours wise.
Maybe.
Like 3-4 hours.
2.
Not even 2. You'll figure it out.
I know I will.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out because I can like and then shoot it forward.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't figured out every time I go to shoot it forward, it goes a different place. I don't know why.
I seem to remember having to jump out of the water.
No, yeah,
Up and over
I think I've
something.
got that figured out. Yeah,
Okay,
'cause I think
gotcha.
there's a button on the door, but I have to come out just at the right angle.
Okay.
But my ship is really tough. I'd like to have one of those.
Little submarine ship.
Yeah, because I'm bashing into shit and just bashing into shit, and the ship's fine.
Yeah.
And there's no swimming dogs right now.
No.
Guys with flashlights. I'm sure there's other horrors awaiting me.
I definitely
be
remember the
Other horrors.
horrors in the water. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's good to know.
The game's great because you think it's one thing,
then
and now you're in the
sometimes-
water and it's something else, and then you go to other places and it's something else, and you realize, what the fuck, and it's
What is
something
going
else.
on in this game?
Have you run into have you seen other humans at all? Like
Yeah.
any of the
Yeah. There was one.
with the
Yeah.
With the
where
cap.
where I control them.
yeah,
Yeah.
then that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I remember I got wasted a few times when I kind of come through the door and I fell into this line of people. And then every 8 steps, they stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go again. And then they get inside this box. It's like they stop at 8 steps. Everybody jumps. Oops,
Yep.
sorry, that was me.
And you gotta mimic it too, otherwise
Yeah,
you
mimic
stand
that
out.
drone has those
Yeah,
crazy and the fucking drones are they got
Brutal.
these tasers that shoot out these electrified spring things, and then they just drag you away, but the dragging away is so violent, because your body's just on that spring and it's just going everywhere, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, wow, what fucking Kevorkian nightmare fucking thought this shit up. I love it. Give me more.
makes you wonder what the fuck's going on. Then you put that thing on your head and you control them. So now you're wondering what the fuck is
And
going
then-
on here.
And then that one where I had to put the thing on my head, control him, so he'd put the thing on his head. So through him, I can control this other guy.
Yep,
It was just like,
pretty neat.
it
Yeah.
was like a B.F. Skinner hoedown.
Yeah, and that game has because I beat it, right? It's not a super long game, so you'll get through it eventually. And I'm just kind of just wondering, okay, all right, is there anything secret about it? And there is. There's like a secret ending. So once you beat it and everything, we should have you watch the secret ending because
Maybe
I
I
think
wanna find the
you'd
secret
appreciate it. Good luck. It is fucking insanely hidden, and it is difficult to figure out how to get it. So
But the YouTubes
it
help
changes
us.
the story. Yeah. What's that?
The YouTubes help us.
That's where I found it. Because I was looking at it just going, because I finished it, and I was just going, holy shit, I got to talk to people about this. And luckily, Giant Bomb, they finished it around the same time or whatever, and they were the reason I got it. They were talking about it, and one of the guys saying, this thing is fucking insane. Like, you got to try this. It goes places, and I just want to talk about it. I just want to fucking talk about it with people. And that's when I finished it, and I went into their discussion about it, and they had mentioned that there was this. People think there's some secret, and they're trying to figure out how to get it. And somebody did, and then I watched the YouTube video. So it's pretty cool.
It'd be nice to know, because you could follow their video then to figure it out yourself, right?
Oh, absolutely. But once you see the video, you'll realize you're like, oh, because basically it's a door you can't get into, and then there's a little lever. And you have to type in a lever. You have to type in a code on the lever, and it's just lever up, down, left, or right. But you have to know the sequence to open the damn thing. Yeah. So
I like it.
That's pretty neat. That game, honestly, if you have a mobile device, an iPhone, just pick the thing up. Just try it. It is not. It's not scary. It just makes you feel kind of uneasy.
Inside?
Yeah. It's not
No,
like.
I'm sorry. There's some fucking ridiculous amounts of tension in that fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tense throughout because you don't know what the fuck is going on.
There's some scary. Fuck him. There's some scary. Because
when
when you're
like pop out scary.
No, like fucking raging fucking Dobermans. Scary, plural.
Yeah, dogs chasing you.
Like you run and you gotta fucking climb over this fence, and these 3 dogs come out at you, and they're fucking coming at you. But you're up on the fence, and you climb over, and then they're coming over to that side, and you gotta run across and tear a board off and get back on the fence. They fucking ate me so many times.
And the pig.
Fucking pig. Right. Yeah. But I figured out you could run and jump on top of him.
Yes, you can.
He doesn't like it, but I can. But he got me a lot.
Yep, he got me the first time too.
He got me the first dozen.
And I played this on the Xbox, so I had a full controller for it. On mobile, I imagine it's quite different. Is this tap to jump, and then you tap where you want him to go? The little kid.
No, you sweep to jump.
Oh,
and you kind of push forward with your finger. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Interesting. But okay,
I like the game.
I could see that working. Because the controls in the game, I mean, you don't really have to be a good platformer or anything with it.
On the iPad, though, that would be fun to break out that
the controller.
The controller.
I think that would help you absolutely. If you
bet you'd get all the chicks that way.
Ben, how you doing, Ben? He says, "What game?" It's called Inside. Ben, you can get this thing for dirt cheap on your Xbox. It's
worth it.
Yeah, it's a short game. Won't
Bad
take you very long to
dreams and
beat.
menopause.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of a platformer, but it's tough to explain. You could literally get the game on Xbox, I think, for $5 to $10.
Yeah,
and
it's dark.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's fucking crazy.
You're a 10-year-old boy who gets killed all the fucking time.
Yep.
Dogs.
It's a weird, demented game, and just don't expect
flashlights.
Don't expect anything. It's just
pig.
It's crazy
So far.
Yeah.
Oh, you can fall too. I fell a few times.
Yep. There's many. You'll die a lot.
Yeah, I know. There's no. This, of course, it'd be fun to. It'd be interesting to see a fucking speed run of that game.
Oh, I think they're out there. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. There's speed runs of Cuphead, and you want another game, Ben? You should look at on your Xbox. It's called Cuphead. Think about Contra 10 times harder, and it's all hand-drawn 1930s cartoons. It's fucking awesome.
Do you have that on disc, or is that digital?
I bought it digitally. I have it for PC. You can get it on PC too, but it's only on PC or Xbox. It's not on PlayStation yet.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, they signed the deal with the devil.
Deal with the devil?
Yeah.
The devil with the deal.
So, Ben, you have report card due after holiday time, Inside, and Cuphead. Make it happen. It's winter. You have a wife and a dog now, whatever, and a cat.
I like cats.
I have a cat named Vanna.
Vanna.
She's very white.
Yeah. Thank you. I was almost there myself.
And now they have Winnie.
The Pooh.
Yeah, we got the
Is
Pooh.
he a poodle?
No. Winnie is I think it's American Bulldog or English Bulldog.
No.
It was whatever Tank was. Winnie looks to be about the same type of dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm playing another game.
What are you playing?
It's a boring game. Not to me. Canasta.
I don't know what that is.
It's a card game. I've known about it all my life. I've just never understood. I've heard of it. It's like parents would get together, play. Like if people say, "Let's get together, play bridge." Other people.
Oh, standard
Canasta.
card game.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's basically it's fucking fun. In fact, you like card games, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I should teach you this game. It's easy. You get it
solo
in one
or
hand. No,
1v1. Okay.
Yeah, 1v1 or 1v4. But basically, you take 3 decks, right? What do I keep holding it? I don't know.
You like to
hold it.
You like to hold fluids in your hand.
Oh yeah, lots of fluids.
It's the Lord's way.
Mama like that. Sorry. I have no idea where that came from. I know where it's going.
Was it Onasta? Canasta?
Canasta. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you take the 3 decks, you leave the jokers in.
Oh.
Okay. So jokers and 2s are wild. Okay. So you get 13 cards, I think. And what you have to do is a canasta is all you're doing is matching cards here. So you're just getting not runs, but sets.
Okay. So 3 of a certain card.
Yes, at the very minimum 3.
Okay.
So, but the goal, a canasta, is you can't discard and go out until you have at least 1 canasta, which is 7, which is a set of 7.
Oh, because there's 3 decks. See, that's possible.
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
easily.
Yeah.
Especially with all the jokers and the 2s.
Which are wild.
2s are wild.
Sure. Okay.
And then so you discard. And now if you want to pick up that, you can pick up the pile, but you have to always pick up the whole pile. Like in Rummy, you can go down to where you want, but this, you take them all. And so you can...
Oh, in the discard pile.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you can play them. If you get, just to get into a little granularity, the red 3s, if you get a red 3 off the deck, you discard it. No, you don't discard it. You set it over because you get 100 points, and then you draw another card. Okay. It's really cool. It's a cool game. There's the complexities are subtle, but they're there because you don't necessarily always want to go out first because you're trying to score 5,000 points. So you want to get big spreads,
long runs of so let's say
long runs or like you might want to have, like I've had, it's nothing to get like 12 sets, 12 different cards in all sets.
So is it like a gin where you hold on to them the entire time?
No, they go down.
Canasta.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You play them,
and then you draw that many cards back into your hand.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
It's like
gotcha.
It plays like Rummy.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, how the hell did you get on that? Because they have full packs of card games. You can get like all these card games.
I'm a big gin guy. I love playing gin.
Gin Rummy.
Oklahoma
style. Nice.
Yes. And I think in the app that I play, the maker, it's like, hey, canasta, and I'm like, hey, canasta, and
was that like their slogan? Hey, canasta.
It should be. Ooh, that sounded like Liam Neeson.
It should be.
It should be.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a fun game. I mean, it's because it's you got to look like, because sometimes, that a fucker will open with a canasta.
What a lucky fucking draw. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
And
how many points do you get for a canasta? You said it was
it
a
depends.
couple hundred? Oh.
Like if it's aces, aces are like 20 each.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
then once you get past 4, there's like a multiplier that comes into play.
That's interesting.
No,
I've never played that before. Never
I'm
heard
just
of
trying
it.
to think because you can, like I said, you can have the one, but the more canastas you get, the better your score.
Gotcha. Okay.
But there's multipliers in play. It's a good game because, like I said, it's got those subtle complexities, but you have to sometimes, okay, do I pick up the deck? Is he going to go out? Because like he's got some sets that have 5 or some that have 6, and so there's I don't want to say strategies, but it's kind of like playing craps. You just gotta know when it's like, oh, he's gonna.
I don't give a fuck. There's strategies and craps.
Well, there is, but there's still a chance.
Yeah, of course, it's a dice roll.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like betting strategies. Ben could talk about this for days.
He
clued me on some of the simple things I can do and when to bet, and it
playing
helps
the field,
quite a bit.
playing the numbers in the back.
Yep, and then how to play with like taking your money off to keep your money on, that kind of thing, right? Yeah.
I am thoroughly amazed at the fucking craps dealers.
How they fucking keep all that straight? Because, dude, that's a clusterfuck with how much money's thrown around and how many hands are on the table and how you can, at certain points, you can take bets off the table. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy how they allow people to reach in and...
Yep, because they call him the stick man, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's the stick man.
The one that gets the dice. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think they have a crew of 4 or 3. It's 3 or 4.
When you see a heavy hit table, when it's packed,
oh yeah,
and it's hot,
and you get a good dice roller that doesn't just chuck them immediately. That's not how you fucking do it. You give them a chance. You kind of roll them around a little bit. Let people get their bets on the table.
Yep.
Because otherwise they're fucked if you just keep tossing that shit.
Yeah, Yep. Let that dice know that
Yep.
I love you.
Have that hot chick blow on them, right?
Oh, come on, baby. Just blow on a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
That's right. That's how you do the craps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love craps.
Did you ever play Kings in the Corner? It was a card game.
Card game.
I grew up with Kings in the Corner. I grew up with Speed, Golf,
Speed.
obviously Solitaire.
Yeah. War.
Well, yeah, this the ultimate game of luck. Yeah, War. Some other ones I played.
Slapjack.
Well, yeah. Presidents and Assholes. Yeah, I played card games a lot until I discovered what video games were, and then it was like, well, fuck that. I've got Tetris and Mega Man, which are making a new Mega Man.
Really?
Mega Man 11. Yeah.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
No.
I'm happy.
Really?
No hot chicks at Diamond Joe's, just fat truck stop whores. That's Ben. Oh, did you go to Diamond Joe's this weekend? Because they don't allow craps in the lovely state of Minnesota. So Ben had to go to the Iowa border.
I don't get that. Here's a slot machine. Here's poker. Here's
dumb.
Other games of chance. Oh, craps is right out.
It makes me wonder if, because our big casino here is Mystic Lake.
Right.
It makes me wonder if they don't want table games like craps. Even though they have blackjack, they have
I think
poker
craps
house
is
and
the
shit.
only game in the house where you can turn the game to your favor.
Well, blackjack, you can get that to pretty much even odds.
Yeah,
If you
blackjack.
card count, I think you can go beyond it.
If you,
Oh,
depending
he
on how
didn't.
long
Okay. Yeah.
you get away with it. 'Cause they spot those guys now.
Yeah, I imagine you don't want to fuck with that.
And plus, blackjack isn't really a fast money game till you got big money, and 9 times out of 10, you're not going to go into a blackjack table with big money to begin with.
Yeah, I'd say to me the best odds you can get, are like sit and go tournaments of poker, where you buy in for an amount, so you can push people all in. With poker, if you play limit, you can't really bluff for the most part, and you can't push people out of hands.
Oh
for
yeah,
the
you
most
need no
part.
limits.
You basically, I think I've got the best hand here. Bet they bet, you bet, you reach that. I think you can do 8 of those, and then they limit it and show your hands. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's basically get lucky, get the good hand, and then roll with it.
No, I don't like limit poker. Never have.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever played limit poker.
yeah. I played it a few times at Canterbury, and
No, I like no limit.
I had success for the most part. But it's just you got to get lucky. It's like fantasy football.
Well, yeah, it's luck. It's luck and bluffing. That's all poker is.
Well, when it comes to no limit, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good in the game, and then I get heads up, and I completely fucking suck.
What do you mean?
My heads up game. Shit, I think there's numerous times I've played with Ben, and whenever I end up heads up with Ben, I get my fucking ass tore up by that dick. It's so bad because
You're intimidated?
Well, no, because I'm a conservative when it comes to how I bet. Mm-hmm. Like I'm kind of Phil Hellmuth is the name I bring up.
Oh yeah,
he
I know
never
him.
he never overbets. He bets enough. Basically, you're trying to avoid getting the bad beat,
Right.
right? So that's how I play. But heads up, you have to change your
Styling.
shit a little bit
Yep.
because hands become more powerful in heads up.
Mm-hmm.
You flash an ace, bet that shit out there and push him out, or there's ways heads up changes completely, right? So stealing their money slowly over time in heads up is something you can do easily, and all of a sudden the chip stack starts boom. So limit poker is for old ladies and Strunk. Our buddy Strunk. Yeah, he fucking plays limit poker.
I played. I got a 7-2. Right. Obviously,
That's the worst hand.
The worst hand.
Offsuit. Yeah.
Right. Offsuit.
Were they suited, bro?
And, it was in the pocket, no less. And I played it, and just because it's like, well, you know what? I'm either going to win or I'm not. When I say 50-50.
You just called the.
Well, I just
There was no bets into
I
you,
played
right?
it because I ended up with a full house.
And nobody fucking saw that coming. God.
No, they're like, no one's going to play a 7-deuce. Duh.
Well,
it's like,
So a lot of those people are probably playing for high card at that point. I have an ace because obviously at that point there's probably 2 7s or 2 2s on the board.
Right.
Right at that. Yeah. So
that's funny though.
well, in the limit poker at Canterbury, and I'm pretty sure other places do this, there's a bad beat thing that can happen. So it's a certain criteria has to be met. It's if you have 3 of a kind, or is it four of a kind. No, you have a full house, but somebody beats you with four of a kind. That's like the ultimate bad beat, because generally a fucking full house is never going to lose.
Right.
Right? It's like with the second or third most powerful hand. Just behind a
God, what was that?
straight
World
flush.
Poker Stars, didn't we see something? I think someone had four of a kind and they had a royal flush. It's something along those lines.
Yeah, there's a crazy bad beat that can happen where what they do is they pay out all the people involved in the hand. I knew a guy through my friends. His name was Bubba. That was his nickname. They called him Bubba. He was involved in a bad beat, and he won was 12 grand.
Why do they call it a bad beat? I don't understand.
So generally in limit poker, this is very rare. It's very, very, very rare to get a full house and then get beat by a four of a kind.
Right. But
And I could be getting the hands mixed up, but so what they do is that's the casino's way of incentivizing people to come and play, because you have this chance of this bad beat happening. We'll pay you all out a decent amount of money, because it is a bad beat to lose.
Well, yeah. Right? I mean, you put it out there, though.
It's full house, four of a kind, straight flush. Yeah, yeah. So, but anyway, so what they do is that's just kind of like a jackpot. Think about it that way.
Okay.
It's a jackpot. So he was involved. I think he was the guy who had the bad beat. So he was the one with the full house, four of a kind hit. They both got paid like 12 or 14 grand.
Oh, cool.
In a limit game that was probably shit. He wasn't. He might have been on a 4-8 table.
Wow.
If those even exist, or 5-10. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Gambling. I'm glad I don't do that much.
I have not watched any trailers this week.
I saw the trailer for a Natalie Portman movie where they go into this weird rainbow cloud. Yeah.
Annihilation. That looks good.
Interesting. Yeah. And then I saw the trailer for the new Jurassic World. I mean, it is.
You go with it. Yeah. Did you see the trailer for Altered Carbon?
I have not yet.
I'm looking forward to that one. I love the book, love the trilogy. 3 books.
It's one of your all-time favorite books.
That's definitely up there, yeah. It's in the top 10. I'm not sure if it's nuzzling into the top 5.
Did the trailer do it justice for you?
It looks beautiful so far.
Okay.
So, and I think I heard Pray Tell somewhere that some of the crew from the new Blade Runner worked on this.
Okay.
Or are working
Talk about a polarizing movie. Holy shit.
Which?
The new Blade Runner.
Yes.
Man, there was nobody who was just like, I kind of liked it. You either really liked what they did or fucking just
And that was exactly what happened with the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was never lucky enough to see it in the theater. But I would have, if I would have known about it and I would have known the impact it would have on my life,
yeah,
I definitely would have went in the theater.
That sound in the new Blade Runner was absolutely insane. People bitched that it was too loud and stuff.
It was a little loud. I understand the atmosphere.
Yeah, but you know what? You have to admit, it doing that, the movie with that much headroom,
right?
It was a massive part of it. Like, you remember it. I will never forget that movie experience. And I've seen a lot of movies. I will never forget that movie experience because of something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
The dialogue was nice and quiet, and then this music came in, and this shit happened. It was just like Star Wars kind of did that, not the new one. Like, Lucas was known for that. Like,
yeah.
The titles would go up, and then a ship would fly by, and it was loud and shake the theater, and yeah,
now
it's great.
Now, with Blade Runner being as loud as it was, okay. So if you were like in the Blade Runner universe when things happened, would it really get that loud?
I don't know. Yeah.
You're just walking down the street and I say something to you of some dramatis type deal.
No, probably not.
We just look around. What the fuck was that?
What the fuck? That would be something like if Mel Brooks made like a parody.
No, what if life really had a soundtrack? And some people's soundtrack was louder than others.
Yeah. Well, that would be kind of a funny bit, too. So let's say everybody has a soundtrack. You don't control what the song is. It's all based on who you are, and there's no hiding from it. Everybody else can hear it. So you got these people like, so let's say the people who are they're homosexual on the inside.
Only people who are in your bubble, in your little microcosm, because otherwise you'd have all these soundtracks conflicting.
Sure.
So it'd have to be, there'd have to be some spatial aural tuning.
Yeah, you could massage it that way. But let's say like the people who are afraid to, they're trying to pray the gay away, but they're gay on the inside. So you play like, yeah, like something, you know what I mean? Like, and so that'd be kind of funny. Yeah. Or like those
God,
people who come out all muscly and shit, but it's actually like
Wake me up before you go.
Yeah.
Leave me hanging like a line.
Is that Wham?
That'd be Wham.
Holy shit!
Also known as George Michael.
George Michael. Yeah. He's rest in peace, right? He died.
Yes, he died of age. He died.
I didn't run into him until he came out.
You know, I loved Wham.
Yeah.
You know, my friends all, you're so gay, man. When you fucking just look at his shorts. I'm like, dude, I don't care. It's great. The music's really good. It's layered well. It's structured nicely. It hooks you, kind of like that fucking Black Eyed Peas. I Got a Feeling.
Yep.
You know, the song is about really nothing of merit, going out and partying, which just you'll discover there's no cake. It's kind of a bittersweet song, but still it gets you. It's like you just feel good. It's the hook.
Don't base a band's music on their looks. I mean, look at Journey. Mm-hmm. There's some ugly motherfuckers in Journey, but listen to the music. You're like, all right, this is some stadium shit right here.
Or fucking Blues Traveler.
Yeah, yep.
The hook.
The Scorpions. They're the ugliest band in the history of mankind. But, you know, Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Oh, yeah. But going back to Blues Traveler.
Yes.
The hook. I turned so many people onto that, man. Whenever it'll be playing, I'll say, do you listen to the words? No, man. Dude, listen to the words. You'll never listen to it the same way again.
If you remember the 90s, The Hook by Blues Traveler was a big song toward the mid to late 90s, and it was great. The song was fucking on every fucking radio.
Nothing but airplay.
At the lyrics. There's lyric videos all over YouTube. Go look them up.
Look at the lyrics because it'll blow your fucking mind.
It will absolutely blow your mind what he's talking about in that song.
And he doesn't digress from his subject.
No, it's very simple to understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
He doesn't and he doesn't digress. He doesn't
make it complicated. And all you're going to do at the end is smile and shake your head.
And realize that, he was right. And here's why he's happened. Right. Because, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Again, it goes back to Black Eyed Peas. I Got a Feeling. You know, some of these other songs, some of the mainstays, you know, when you listen to some of the songs that just stick through, or you might even hear a song and you're like, oh, that's going to be a one-hit wonder. They're not going to do anything else. That's going to be it. That was my thought when I first heard Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine. Yeah.
And they were, right?
Yeah. This is going to be a one-hit. It was a great song, fantastic song, but that's all they're ever going to do.
Yep.
You know? And then there was some other one-hit.
Chumbawamba, Tub Thumping, or what? So Chumbawamba, and then you've got the guys who did the
500 Miles.
Yep, by the
Proclaimers.
You've got Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baha Men.
But did they? Because I thought the Who Let the Dogs Out, didn't that begin as a stadium thing that they were just doing in the stadium, but then people liked it, so they made it into a little song.
Don't know the story behind it.
I thought I heard something like that. Internet, correct me if I'm wrong.
But that song was their only hit.
Yep.
Right.
And there's a lot.
Rick Astley.
Rick Astley had two.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had Never Gonna Give You Up and another one.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but he had two big hits.
Gotcha.
And Men Without Hats.
Yeah, Safety Dance, yeah.
They had two. They had Safety Dance and Pop Goes the World. Mm-hmm. What other one-hits do we got out there?
There are so many one-hit wonders. They have albums of just one-hit wonders.
Dude, blew me away. Watched when we were watching that Frampton the other night.
Oh, the young Peter Frampton?
I had no idea that he had dark hair like that.
Yeah.
I literally, because, you know, when you look at I've never seen him perform. The only pictures I've seen of him really was after he shaved his head. He shaved his head at one point.
When did Like I Do? Is that what it's called? Is that the song?
Do you feel like I do?
I do. Yeah.
That album, I first discovered it in 76. I think the concert may have been from like 72.
And that was obviously his biggest song. What were his other big ones?
Well, that album.
Yeah.
I think that album won a lot of awards because it was a concert, but it was like he was popular, but his notoriety was nothing compared to boom, when that album hit and suddenly he is in fucking demand.
Yeah.
Because cover to cover, that's a fun fucking album, dude.
I don't know a lot of his other hits.
Yeah, you should just.
I missed that era for the most part.
No, he's got like two songs that kind of hit the radios a lot. And he had every time he'll release another album, it's going to get a little airplay, but not much for circulation. Like Do You Feel Like I Do and whatever the other one is.
Yeah.
But that album is a fun album. It's kind of like you know how Talking Heads Stop Making Sense.
Yeah.
cover to cover.
Oh God.
You know, it's kind of one of those deals.
I'm
Obviously not as deep.
I can't believe I miss those guys as much as, because honestly, I miss them almost completely. I heard "Bring It Down the House," "Burn It Down the House," sorry, and "Take Me to the River."
Take me to the river.
And I heard "Take Me to the River" from the Big Mouth Billy Bass. That remember that singing fish?
Yes.
He sang that, so I had no idea Talking Heads sang that song. I didn't get into them until you kind of showed me their music. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is actually really good. And I imagine they were kings, right? They were pretty big, right?
Yeah, they were big. Yes, very big.
That's crazy.
I remember when I first discovered them. I mean, I'd seen the video for Life, not Life During Wartime, Once in a Lifetime.
Oh, that was really cool.
It was really cool. And so I knew that, but then I saw
She Was. That video was
and
great.
She Was.
And She
yeah.
Was, yeah.
They had a video for the concert, you know, and I remember I just remember seeing the video or the commercial, and I'm like, wow, that looks interesting. And then it came around for rental, and I rented it, and I was just like, I was mind blown. It
Fucking
blew me
energy.
away.
I have not seen a band with that much energy on stage.
Well, and the way they
no.
do it, the way they start the show,
Yeah.
you know, where are we at time?
We should probably wrap it up soon. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to take a bathroom break if we weren't going to.
No. Yeah, we should wrap it up.
Because I got to make my bladder gladder. Who's our sponsor tonight?
Bladder Gladder.
Bladder gladder?
It's a cream you rub on your genital area. It seeps through and doubles your bladder in size like the Grinch's heart. See what I did there?
Makes your bladder
See
gladder.
what I did. It makes your bladder gladder. So, JP, I think we're on next week. We'll discuss it. I know it's a holiday week.
I plan on being on.
Yes.
I mean, if my other half is here.
We'll just see how nice you are to me.
Begora.
What?
It's an Irish thing. Begora.
Everybody have a safe and wonderful holiday.
Yeah, you guys stay out of trouble. I'm not going to sing us out because I just don't fucking feel like it this week.
And he's really got to pee. So I'm going to draw this out even longer. We shall see you next week on a Wednesday.
One morning, late one night, two dead boys got up to fight. Back to back, they faced each other, drew their swords, and shot each other. A deaf policeman heard the noise. He drew his sword and shot the two dead boys. If you don't believe this lie is true, you can ask old blind Sam. He saw it too. He did. I bought raisins from him.